R6. Now what I want to do is this. What I did is I want to make it so that this item here will go from pause menu to you died, depending on whether you're alive or dead. Okay, so originally I made two texts. I did it in between. Sorry, I forgot. But you'll see pause text and then you died text or something. Just delete one of those. I don't really care, and just call the other one pause text. And then on that, just write dupe. Or something. I don't really care what it is, but I don't want it to be paused because we're going to be able to tell whether it's working or not. But type in some nonsense here. So we're only going to have one. Instead, what we're going to do of having two separate ones that we turn one on and one off, I'm just going to change the text that's shown in here. I'm just going to change this field. That will actually be easier. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So we're going to use our game controller script. And we're going to want to change that text. So that means that we're going to need to be able to access text items. So we're going to say using Unity engine.ui. Excuse me. And what we're going to do is we're just going to hook this up into the pause screen. So basically, when we go into the pause screen, that's when I'm either going to show pause or you died. Okay, so right here, we have, blah, 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 pause screen is going to run, and then it's going to say, if it's showing, make it 0. So I'm actually just going to add to this. I'm going to put brackets in there. I'm going to take this time scale, put this back up in there, and then and then inside of this, we're going to say if, actually, let's put a space in between. If player alive, so if the player is alive, actually, we don't need to do that. We're going to do enter, tab, we're going to say, pause menu canvas dot transform dot find, and it's going to be pause text. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm going to say, okay, the pause menu canvas, we already have that loaded in right here. We find it and we put it into this game object, which pause menu canvas is this guy here, and then pause text is the object I want to find. Now the reason why I'm doing transform.find, that means it'll look for the inside of its children. So basically inside of its children, I want you to find text. I mean, I could just do game object.find, but it's better to, use that. So basically find the game object underneath you called pause text, and then inside that, do dot get component. Okay, and the component I want to get is text. And then in that, let's do that, dot, in that text component, I want you to change the text. I'm going to change it equal to pause, like so. And then we'll just say else, tab. We'll do the same exact thing. Control C, Control V, pause text, blah, 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 blah. But I want to say you died. So basically, if player alive, if that's true, like we're alive, then it's just going to say pause. But if we're dead, it's going to say you died. And the reason why I'm doing it like that is that way later on, I'm going to have that when we die, I'm going to call this function. Basically, if our health goes below a certain number, and so when this pops up, it'll say you died instead of pause. That's the idea. All right. So go ahead and save that, and then go in here and load it up. Okay, and we should see once it gets loaded up that this will, when I hit play, and again it's going to have to load some more because it just loves its loading. Loves so much to do the loading. We should see that dupe, right? So now if I escape, see how it says pause, which is great. I can't test the other one because there's nothing saying that we're dead. So that's the next thing we need to do. And that should actually be pretty easy. So what I'm going to do is in the player stats script, I'm just going to have it that right here where we see, right, player health adjustment. So right now, we have it just basically just removes health, and that's all that it does. It doesn't do anything if we die. So we need to do something if we die. So what we're going to do is, let's put a little space here. Actually, you know what? We'll keep these two together. Yeah, we'll just do it as a separate thing. Okay, we'll just say if player health is less than or equal to 0, okay, then what I want you to do is what's inside of here. So we'll say I want to call basically this game controller script. So we'll just do game object dot find, and it's going to be we're going to look for the game controller. We're just going to find that game object game controller because that's where I have the script on. Okay, so find the game controller object. Then inside of that, I want you to get component. The component I want you to get is going to be the game controller script. So we'll just do game controller script. All right. And then in that script, I want you to run the pause menu. So what is that one called? Pause or pause screen. Let's grab that. Control C. I want you to run pause screen like that. So that's going to run it. That's just going to make the menu pop up. But I need to do another thing too. So actually, even before that, let's copy this. Control C, Control V. So what we're also going to do is I want to run that. But the other thing I need to do is I actually need to go up here and change this player live to false. So instead of running the function here, we'll do player alive, and we will set that to false. Okay, so we're going to set player alive to false. Then we're going to run that pause screen script on there. So basically, if we die, that's what's going to happen. And then we can also, I'm a little hesitant about doing this. I don't know what will happen if we destroy the game object. Because if we destroy the game object, what will happen is that the I don't want to be able to go back and keep playing though. Let's try it and just see what happens. Destroy, and then we'll just do. This is attached to the player, so it should just be, I think, just game object should be fine. But let's see if that works. I'm not sure. This might be not correct. And let's go here. All right. Okay. So that looks fine. So let's go ahead and hit play. And then I am, I can wait for these guys to kill me. Right now they're still popping me up. I don't know why that's happening. But that might be a little slow. So I'm actually going to go here. And we will type in player health. Let's type that in. Let's do 20. That'll make it a little bit faster. And then we'll just go back in the game. And then when they kill us, boom. Okay, you died. No camera rendering, but it's just showing this. I think that's probably fine. Let's say we restart level. Well, that's not working, but okay, so these aren't working. But the rest of this seems to be correct, but it changed to you died, so that's good. So we'll just go ahead and unplay that. Because basically it's trying to access now a game object that doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, that seems to be, I mean, I guess we could just keep that. Let's get rid of that. So and then we'll save that. All right, so I'm not going to destroy the game object. They can keep playing, I guess, if they want, but the game's over, technically. All right, so, yeah, so now we got, though, that switch thing sort of working. The last thing to do, I guess, would just be fixing the menu so that that works a little bit better. Okay.